Hi, our final guest this evening is a very special person. She's the executive director of Accent Dance New York City, Andrea Ziegelman. And we're going to be talking about Accent Dance NYC and what it does and how it benefits people. Andrea, welcome to In Focus.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
We're delighted that you're with us. Would you mind if I started off with a topic title? Because I find it so interesting. It says, NYC, the dance, unveils 5-year strategic plan to strengthen equity, sustainability, and collective action in the dance field. It's a very interesting topic. Could you share with our audience a little bit about Dance NYC and what it's all about?
I'd love to.
We only have a few days.
Yeah, well, I'll try to do it briefly. We are a nonprofit organization based in New York. We're a dance organization that is really committed to expanding access to and appreciation for dance, and irrespective of socioeconomic status and of race, all those issues. And we work primarily in underserved communities in New York City and the surrounding areas, and we deliver impactful dance programming for students, as well as we're also a professional dance company that is really dedicated to providing opportunities for young choreographers to show their work. And we're really about the diversity of the cultures behind all of this. So we perform and provide opportunities in schools from ballet to hip-hop to salsa, all the Latinx styles, you name it, we do it. And it really is about the celebration of cultures. And wow, New York is just full of many cultures, so we feel like it's a good fit here.
Now, I heard, and perhaps I'm wrong, but help me out with this, that you also help to oversee certain things in the dance field that are kind of missed. They're in place in other fields like medical advice, insurance, places to work, schooling, and so on. Could you share a little bit about that part of what you do?
Well, there's different ways in which things are missed, as well as parts of the city that are missed. For example, in the South Bronx, which to me reminds me of my hometown of Detroit, where it's a very vibrant community. It's just one example of a vibrant community with a lot of diversity, but a lot of poverty. So what is missed is opportunities for students to have access to arts education. So part of our mission is to go into these communities where the students might not have access to arts. And we're talking about schools where they might not have music, dance, visual arts, and provide those opportunities, because we believe it's so important for all children to have access to the arts. That's their creative outlets. That's how they're going to express themselves. That's how they boost their confidence. So that's one thing that's missed, is a lot of children who are missed. The other way that I think we fill a really important gap is for the young choreographers who might not be, showing their works in large dance companies, and they may be a very diverse group of young people, and we provide opportunities for them. That is often missed, as well as the mentoring aspect of these young artists. We provide a platform for them. We give them money to put on their works. We provide the studio space. We provide, the dancers for them from our company, and the opportunities to perform their works, and that's often missed. So I think we're just generally an education, source of education for lots of young people that would otherwise not have these opportunities. Yeah, so that's what I feel is important for us to do. And, I'm coming from a background as a lawyer representing children in contested divorce cases. So those, again, is a group of kids that were missed. And now I've just converted that into working in dance because that was my experience as a young person, that was so important for my growth, and I want to give back that way. So
I think this is so important because we hear so much about other forms of the arts, in terms of grants, in terms of people who have given large sums of money, but we hear very little in terms of dance. How do you find groups? Do they come and seek you out? Let's say I know of a group that could really use assistance, and they haven't been able to find any. How would they reach to you? What do they do?
Well, we have a really great presence on social media, as well as our website is very informative. So I think the best way would be to go to our website, which is www.accent, ACCENT.dance, DANCE. And from there, there's contact information. And we're a relatively small organization, so I'd be happy to speak to anyone who wants to talk about that. We also have a fabulous education director who would be part of the outreach. She's been working in the field for 30 years, and we love talking to people about figuring out a way to assist a community, to assist an organization, to assist a school, to provide these opportunities, and have done this in many different communities and different kinds of things. We do family engagement workshops, we do dance residencies, we'll be part of festivals if you want to bring us into a community to do an event, that kind of thing, because dance is something that unifies us all, and we feel it's really important now when there's so many competing narratives that we have a place that people can collaborate, come together, celebrate, feel good about themselves, feel good about have some joy. Things like that. So I'd be happy to speak to anyone who wants to reach out to us.
That's important to know. Could you share a little bit about the strategic plan that you want to set in motion for the next 5 years? What do you hope to do?
Yeah. I mean, we have a plan. We have really sophisticated people on our board, and so that's why you see this kind of strategic plan that really is developing what it is that we can do in terms of outreach. So an important part of the plan has been to increase the number of families and students we reach. So this year, we've reached over 10,000 students through our dance education programs. And the strategic plan has these steps to increase each year over the 3 years. I think we have a 3-year plan. The number of students reached, the number of schools that we go into, the number of professional performances that we do, the number of free performances that we do, how do we build our infrastructure, our capacity, how do we grow, our organization. So there's lots of different aspects of it, but I really think it's about that. And, we're very specific about how we go about doing it. But it really is about the outreach, because at the end of the day, the more students and families we can reach, the better. And, we think that everybody should have access to arts education. Whether we as an organization can do that, our vision still is a world where everyone has access to dance and sees themselves reflected in the art that we're creating. So that is a vision, and the strategic plan is designed to try to meet that as much as we can.
You sound so interested and alive when you talk about it. How did you come to join Dance New York NYC?
Well, I'm a founder.
Were you a dancer?
I was a dancer. I was a ballet dancer growing up. I had a lot of access to the arts. My parents felt very strongly about having access to arts and also having a great education. And growing up in the Detroit area, I realized that there were a lot of kids my age that didn't have any of this. And it's a city that was divided by, there were a lot of conflicts in terms of, socioeconomic conflict, a poor city. So when I came to New York and I practiced law for 30 years, there came a point in time that I really wanted to go back to my roots as a dancer and live the dream that I had of being able to see other children have the opportunities that I had. And that's what started it. And I think having a law background helped me a great deal in actually effectuating that. But also being a dancer myself, I understood how to go about doing that, and brought other people into the organization that had experience in education so that we could pinpoint and reach these kids in the underserved communities of New York.
We're talking
Yeah, it was really my thing, and I did it with my friends who were professional dancers, and it started small. At first, it was really about just going in and performing in the schools, all these different dance styles from tango to ballet to hip-hop. We often fused styles together, and then it just sort of grew into going into the schools year-round and providing dance residencies and performing professionally. So it just kind of blossomed over a relatively short period of time because there's so much need and so much desire for communities to have access to the arts.
We're running out of time. If we have people in our audience who want to find out more information, I know you also have a program that you're putting on. Where would they go to find out more about you?
They would go, I think the best place is to go to our website. We are running an event on November 8th at Alvin Ailey in Manhattan. That's our annual fundraiser. It's our biggest fundraiser of the year. So they just go to accent.dance and for everything related to us. Be happy to see more people come in, and we love volunteers, so, check us out.
Sounds wonderful, and it sounds so productive. We only have a few seconds left. Is there anything that we didn't get a chance to talk about that you would like to share with our audience?
I would like to just share that it's wonderful that you do this, that you have an audience, that you are providing an important service, and I believe strongly in the freedom of the press as a lawyer, and so what you do is fabulous and important and meaningful. So keep at it. We'll just all keep the faith.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We've learned a lot, and we really appreciate all that you're doing and your organization is doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Nice speaking with you both.
Accent Dance, and if you want more information, www.accent.dance. And they have a big event coming up at Alvin Ailey on November the 8th. And it might be a good investment, and you may want to make contributions to this organization. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you so much.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Joyce, we always have interesting guests.